Did you know all humans share around 99% of their genetic makeup? If this is true, then why are some people more susceptible to cancer? Cancer, at its bare bones, begins with a harmful mutation in DNA, which then affects its replication, leading to rapid cell division. However, the body has many safeguards in place to prevent this rapid multiplication, such as tumor suppressors and our own immune system. But some bodies have a harder time developing these safeguards. Why? This is where gene expression comes in. Gene expression is the process when your genes are used as information to make a protein, which then carry out all the processes in your body. During gene expression, there are two major steps: transcription and translation. For the rest of the video, we'll be focusing on transcription. Transcription cannot occur for all of our genes all of the time. So when do the enzymes in our body know when to start transcription? In your body, you have proteins that are used to help guide all transcription processes. These proteins are called transcription factors. Transcription factors bind to specific locations on the DNA called binding regions. After binding, transcription factors will regulate the transcription process. They're similar to power switches. When a transcription factor is turned on, genetic expression is on. When it's off, genetic expression is off. But how does this affect our diverse susceptibility to cancer? A combined study at Stanford and Yale University in 2010 may guide us toward this answer. Researchers theorized that transcription factor binding location would change based on chromatid structure. So, they conducted an experiment on 10 humans and one chimpanzee's entire genome, observing the binding patterns of multiple transcription factors. Overall, they discovered that across 10 humans, there were significant binding region differences between them. One major finding in the experiment was that for multiple significant genes, which are tied to chronic diseases and cancers, some people had immense variation in transcription factor binding location. Researchers observed that people who had multiple binding regions for these genes had a higher expression in immunity and genetic defense. This is significant because it hints that people whose transcription factors had more opportunities to bind may be less likely to become terminally ill or pass away from cancer, because the genes required to combat or prevent cancer are more easily expressed than someone who has less available binding sites. Of course, we still don't know everything about how these binding regions can alter our genetic expression, even 15 years post-experiment, and there are many other contributors to cancer. But now, this new understanding of our genetic expression can be factored into our unending fight against cancer. Thank you so much for watching.